Mis amigos, if you want to sound like a native from Mexico City, please don't greet people with a simple hola. I mean, yeah, it does the job, but if you really want to blend in and speak Spanish at a high level, better use the following 8 alternatives instead. I am teacher Maria Fernanda from Spring Spanish, and here is alternative number 1. Número 1. ¿Qué pachuca por Toluca? I gotta say, it was so much fun to do research about this topic. Some of these expressions are only heard in Mexico City. These are with the Chilango seal. A Chilango is what other people from outside Mexico City call the natives from Mexico City. So if these chunks are extraños, well, you will be the judge of that. ¿Qué pachuca por Toluca? Nada, güey. Ando en friega, que tengo que cachar el metro. Sale pues, ahí los vidrios. Ora, cuídate. So, ¿qué pachuca is a deformation of the phrase ¿qué pasa? And why Pachuca and Toluca? I am going to guess because these are the neighbor state of the capital city. So, número 2, ¿qué tranza? O ¿qué transita por tus venas? Tranza comes from the word rip-off or con artist. When you say ¿qué tranza?, it means what's our next move. And for some reason, this got deformed into ¿qué transita por tus venas? What is flowing in your veins? I mean, wow! Los chilangos sí que son creativos, eh? If you want more chunks like these that will make you sound like a native Spanish speaker, check out our free essential Spanish chunking kit that you can download by following the link in the description. Another way of saying ¿qué pasó? Número 3, ¿qué pasión? Yes, just like you heard. What's your passion? This one I have heard before, to be honest, and it basically means ¿qué pasa? And how do you reply to this? Well, you have tons of alternatives in the video lesson I made for you about stop saying estoy bien, and I will leave that lesson for you here. Meanwhile, if you want to sound like a native from Mexico City, you must use this chunk. ¿Qué pasión? Nada, carnal. ¿Tú qué pex? Which leads me to number 4. Número 4. ¿Qué pex? O ¿qué pedo? You might have heard in the past we use the expression ¿qué pedo?, which, a big warning, it is not considered a polite greeting. Actually, it might be a bit vulgar. But because Mexicans rather change every single word or make it shorter, ¿qué pedo wasn't good enough. So it got shortened to ¿qué pex? Maria Fernanda, and the meaning? Yeah, I almost forgot. This is like when we say what's popping. But literal meaning is what a fart? Which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. The beauty of Mexican slang. But wait, if these expressions are too advanced for your level, then check the video my colleague Juan made about 5 expressions in Spanish to greet someone. Let's move on to our Mexico City greetings. In Mexico City, they also have another phrase that starts with ¿cómo estás?, but instead is number 5, ¿cómo estanques? Wait, ¿estanque? Like a pond? Yes. In Mexico City, asking ¿cómo estás? is boring. Instead, they ask ¿cómo estanques? So you're not obliged to use the slang. However, I think it is important for you to know, así la próxima vez que viajes para la Ciudad de México, no te sorprendas al escuchar todo esto. Número 6. ¿Qué onda? Hey, Maria Fernanda, I have definitely heard this before. Yes, you might, and I gotta say, it's not exclusive for Mexico City. ¿Qué onda? Or its literal translation, what a wave, a thing is used all over the country. Mis amigos del norte podrán corroborar esta información. Usamos ¿qué onda? Para decir how are things going, es decir, what's up with you. Pero para los chilangos no era suficiente ¿qué onda? Therefore, they came with número 7, ¿qué ondón? O ¿qué Honduras? meaning what's up. And no, Honduras is not related to Mexico, and mis amigos hondureños deben saber ahora que en la Ciudad de México son recordados cada vez que saludan. If I have ever used this before, no, I haven't even heard of them. But again, I am not Chilanga, but you will surely be mistaken for one if you use these super slang chunks. And I have a bonus for you guys, but this one is from my hometown al sureste de la Ciudad de México. Número 8, ¿qué hubole o qué hubo? If we ever meet, I am warning you. This is how I would say hola to you. ¿Qué hubo? Or ¿qué hubole? It is also an adaptation of the question ¿qué hubo?, which literal translation in English would be what was there, which basically means what's up. How would you use this in a conversation with slang? Here is an example. ¿Qué hubo? ¿Cómo estás, güey? ¿Qué hubole tú? Tanto tiempo sin vernos. Ya sé, Pachi. Ahora sí que tenía rato de no verte. Ya no te pierdas, pa. Hay que vernos para echarnos un cafecito, ¿no? Velate, güey. Nos vemos al fin entonces, ¿va? Ya estás peinada para atrás. And now that you know how natives really greet each other in Mexico City, you need to know what natives do to say goodbye. I got you covered. Let's continue this lesson with great alternatives to adios. Click the image on screen to continue with this lesson.